Antoine, thank you for sending in this essay. So, as you remember, I have actually corrected this essay before, not this same essay, but I've corrected this title for you before. And obviously you've rewritten it, which is great. It's looking good. Word count is okay. Let's just look at the question here. Specific words in the title. Some teachers suggest a paraphrase. There are usually alternatives, okay? You might not be able to find the exact word, but then you can paraphrase the whole meaning. For me, it's more complex than just a word. Sometimes you just have to show you understand the meaning of it. So sometimes you can, yes, change the word. Sometimes you just have to show, like you're doing here, that you understand the meaning. So over the last few years, there has been, so always has been, with a time indicator. So over the last few years indicates unfinished time. So you need to have present perfect also to go with unfinished time. A significant increase in multi-continental calls that are gradually replacing the more traditional in-person meetings. Lovely, okay. But you haven't addressed any of this. So in your intro, you must also kind of acknowledge this. So you said you'll talk about the advantages for companies and also the limits, absolutely. Okay, this has meant a form of communication has radically transformed the way which many businesses operate. Just a more general sentence in there, okay, and then you can come into this essay we'll discuss. Well done. And also its limits. Good. Okay, so you made a distinction there. That's really nice between big companies and small companies. So you're giving me an idea of what you're going to talk about next. Really nice. Well done. There's ample evidence that online communication allows firms to set up with more ease and at lower cost meetings than that required experts located around the world to rapidly discuss complex topics. Okay, well, let's just work out the order of this sentence. To set up meetings, you need to have this here. Don't split this. To set up meetings with more ease and at lower cost, you'd have to say a lower cost than, rather than that, than those which previously required experts located around the world, comma, to rapidly discuss complex topics. Okay, in terms of the syntax, the order of this sentence, it is not quite right, a little bit confused there. So, international firms to set up meetings with more ease and at a lower cost, so, okay, than you're comparing those meetings previously which required experts located all around the world, comma, to rapidly discuss complex topics. Great to have a complicated sentence. You need to make sure you understand the word order here. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, air travel from remote places to headquarters, you don't need that, are expensive and come with avoidable expenses for business. Okay, and come with unavoidable, maybe, expenses. Unavoidable expenses for businesses, such as hotel costs. Yeah? So I just need you to explain that so I'm absolutely sure on what you're saying there. You could have are not only expensive, but come with. Remember that quite nice structure. Not only, but. So not only adjective, but adjective. Settling a journey by plane costs many lost hours that could be used in a more productive way. Good, I like that. For example, a recent survey has shown that international companies have saved millions of dollars on unnecessary flights since the outbreak of COVID pandemic, in capital C actually. Comma, don't forget the commas. They're really important for the flow of the essay so the reader can understand where you're going, yeah? When online communication was no longer an option. Not no more, no longer. But well done, good example there. Therefore, it's clear that there is a strong case to be made in favour of using technology-driven means of communication to improve. Yeah, to improve and even permit. I mean, you know, if you don't have this, you can't communicate. Even permit business communication. Really nice, good work, and the good to use the kind of template there just to give you this structure. We can cut bits of it. I mean, you don't. If you've got lots to say of your own, you don't need that particular bit. You could have this is because, but the structure is good. Nevertheless, it should be acknowledged that if the use of modern technology provides clear gain to the large companies, so don't forget these commas, that, because this is a relative clause, okay? The reason I'm putting it in commas is that you don't need, like, this sentence still works. It should be acknowledged that there could be limited advantages for SMEs. So this is extra information. That's why it's in the commas. It's a non-defining relative clause, if you want to look that up on like grammar. Clear gains. There could be limited options for SMEs. Yes. This happens because these companies do not benefit from the replacement of an expensive travel by an online meeting, but may only face the disadvantages of an online meeting. Okay. According to a survey, the quality of communication is lowered when a group speaks through a screen compared to... Right, good. Disadvantages in quality and results of an online meeting. Just putting that there because then you're indicating to me what's coming next, which is this very good point. Specifically, the group's larger than 6. Loss of non-verbal communication. Very nice. Absolutely agree. Really good thoughts there. To conclude, while there are clear benefits for larger corporations, these benefits do not occur for SMEs. Here I put may not. Okay? May not occur for SMEs, which face the loss of others in terms of non-verbal. Okay, yes, nice essay. They're so much better than the other one I've just looked at. Now, I think on the other one I said conditionals and passive verbs. Okay, now is your time to look at a bit of grammar. Okay, go online, check you're happy with conditionals. If smaller companies had better access to Wi-Fi communication meetings, they may benefit from a significantly higher sales, whatever, okay? If they had better, they may benefit from, okay? So you've got a conditional there. Or they may benefit, actually probably, because I've mixed that conditional, let's go they would benefit. That's a second conditional, okay? Even better if you can squeeze in a third conditional, if they had better access, they would have shown target growth instead of a slump in profits or something like that. So this kind of work here, this is a third conditional. They are both unreal conditionals. They're both things which did not happen, which could have happened. If you're not sure on that grammar, I strongly suggest you check that out because for me, you're writing really nicely, but in terms of 25% of the marks being grammar, I'm not seeing that at the moment. You've got a lot of present tense work going on in there, which is inevitable because we're talking about kind of facts. This is lovely, could be used. So this is great, that kind of thing. Really, really good. Love that. Because you've got a passive in there as well. But think about having conditionals in there. Even if you feel you're kind of forcing it in, then force it in. And then let's see what it looks like. Okay. Academic task. Here we go. So this is a pie chart. Summarize information. Yeah. Oh, no. No. because not academic, yeah? The pie chart provides information about the survey done among German students in 2017. Yeah. Okay, that for me is too sort of chatty, not quite formal enough. German students in 2017. Sorry, hang on. Giving or showing preference for school topics. Numbers given are in percentage. Okay, overall the chart clearly. Now, what I don't really want is talking about the chart. Don't talk to me about the chart. Talk to me about the information. Yeah? Okay, this is nice. That's the kind of style we're looking for here. So I'm going to underline that. That works. Okay. So overall, I think you want to go with a group of 4, which get around 20%. Okay, so you could say overall history. So tell me what they are. History, PE, maths, and I can't remember the other one. Physics dominate with votes of over 20% each, whereas, so contrasting word, biology, geography and IT only registered less than 10%. Okay, so that works. So taking that information, so I would cut that. P was the most popular, well, the least popular. Yeah, okay. So that worked. But you see how I've given the name of the topics, yeah? And I'm just making it slightly more formal, slightly tighter. So you've said P was the most popular. Okay. I wouldn't have that, but I would put something like second to PE, German students indicated a preference for history at X%, closely followed by maths and physics. Okay, you don't need to give me the percentages. You can, but you don't need to. These 4 accounted for over almost 80% of the total student votes. Okay, so you can list those, but you don't have to. You can get the respectively in there if you want. I mean, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so let's put the respectively back in here. I wouldn't say with the frequency, I would say with the popularity of, and then respectively comes at the end. Okay, so then you've got that sentence, so take out that bit, so you've got your intro, you've got your overall sentence, you've got second to PE, German students indicated preference for history, closely followed maths and physics with the popularity of these 4 accounted for 80%. So you've grouped them and you've dealt with that. Three subject choices are namely less popular in Germany. So I would go in contrast. So you need to tell me what they are. In contrast, biology, geography and IT were significantly less popular in Germany. And the second least favourite was geography, capital G. While biology, capital E, 2% more popular, only 7.1%. The least enjoyed was IT, which, and then you can relate it back, okay, was X times less than geography and 3, or whatever it is, and more than X times geography, and maybe these subjects together, so you're going to group the weaker ones, were X times less voted for than the most popular 1, history, or PE, whatever it was. Okay, so a bit of work to do on that task 1. They are a bit complicated, but once you get into the idea of it, you will be okay. Go onto the website, look at the task 1 part of the website. There's a lot of information on there. There's a lot of practice answers. There's a lot of practice questions you can get into. I would really focus on that at the moment. The essay is looking good, and this is you'll be fine. We just need to get a little bit more understand what is wanted on that one. Okay, but well done, Antoine. Good work.